So what have I been doing over the weekend? Well, I was busy. Second of all, I was busy playing Death Stranding. Oh my word, I got back into this game. And you don't know how long I wanted to get back into this. I just wanted to show you what I've been doing recently. The main thing I wanted to do, after days of not playing Death Stranding, because I already finished the game a while back. Someone has an Outlast profile pic over there. Undroppable soap, you say? I've been building roads all the way from Lake Knot City all the way to South Knot City and Mountain Knot City over a year, right? Freaking expensive. And I also built a lot of the zip lines. It kind of sucks. I need better optimization for that. It stinks. They level 1 zip lines. They're not level 2. It's gonna mess up my chiral network. As you can see there on the top, that is the maximum amount of chiral network usage you can use. So I'm using 37,150. But the maximum amount is 37,700. So that's not actually all. I have not discovered this place. I've actually discovered this place. I know how to get this place back on the chiral network. If you don't know what the chiral network is, let me give you a quick rundown. Long story short, Death Stranding is about a game where Sam, this guy, goes around delivering packages. He has to reunite the whole of North America and against the BTs, the next entity, which is Higgs, alright? Afterwards, then blam, 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 bam, and then you unite everyone, and then you can get the chiral network, which is basically an online connection, also with online players as well. Online players will share all their structures around your current facility or something that you can use, your structures, and you can also repair them during current time. You will see other players repairing your structures. It's a nice, fun, and interactive online multiplayer game without having real-time player interaction, which I think is alright. But it just adds to the flavor, and that's why I love it. It doesn't need real-time player interaction, but it does add a bit of flavor, and that's why I love this game so much. It's my passion. And I'll keep playing Death Stranding until Death Stranding 2 comes out, which sadly I can't even get because I don't even have a freaking PS5, okay? You need a PS5 to play Death Stranding 2, which kind of sucks. So to give you tips while I'm busy driving to the current destination, I can give you a few tips on Death Stranding on how to play the game. First thing you need to know before you deal with BTs, it's gonna be a bit hard, alright? The best way to deal with BTs is to hold your breath and obviously move away from them. BT connect detection is from your BB. Okay, well, hold on. Spoiler warning, skip to this mark if you don't want to hear it. BB is called Lou, and she is actually a stillborn baby. A stillborn babies can see BTs, and that's what allows you to see BTs, which are basically floating entities above the ground, bodies that are died but their spirit is still connected to the world, so they're called BTs, right? So they're connected by umbilical cords. Now of course you don't get the umbilical cord firsthand, but like the cutter, I mean. So what you have to do is you have to finish Mama's orders. When you finish Mama's orders, you have to do you have to cut her umbilical cord because she had an accident in a hospital and the building collapsed and a stillborn baby was still connected to her via BT link. So it's quite interesting, very interesting concept. But yes, it's a whole entire story. I just have to get into it. It's so freaking awesome. Okay, like if you haven't played Death Stranding before, I encourage it. It's fun. I just love the delivery aspect of the game. Okay, I know a lot of people would say that the game is not for you and the game, you know, it's not fast paced, you know, it's not for everyone, but I feel like they're missing out. A lot of people are missing out on how good this game is. For example, I can do a freaking ultra extreme off a damn ramp with a freaking trauma hologram on the ramp as well, which is from Cyberpunk 2077, by the way. How awesome the amount of references in this game. And even from letters as well, which is freaking awesome. I think one of them mentions Super Mario, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, that's just me. So let's go find what is going on. We made a marker over here somewhere. We need to see if there's like a shelter nearby. Chiral network isn't connecting here, and I feel like the chiral network will definitely connect here. So, there we go. If you don't have much weight on you, you can hop with bikes, by the way. So any type of vehicle you can hop with. Trucks you can automatically hop with. You don't need to worry about weight. But for bikes, if you carry too much on it, then you can't really hop properly, and it just kind of sucks. So now let's go find this. There it is. We found the shelter. Okay, we don't need to worry about much. All right, this is from Fragile Express. Fragile actually delivered most of the packages before Sam did. So actually Sam just had to do it because of the president's orders. So yeah, Yeah, you know, just a little bit of story. The novelist's son. Oh. So there's just no delivery. Alright. And then what we can do is we can take the mountain route. The battery is running out. Now, the battery on vehicles does not correlate with what you have. For example, on your suit. For example, I have 2 extra batteries on my suit level 2, but they do not correlate with the vehicle's batteries. The vehicle's batteries is completely independent. So that means if you want a long-range vehicle, you have to play the game to a certain point where one of the facilities will give you a long-range bike, which is very important sometimes for long-range rides, which I don't have at the moment. I just took a simple bike so I can ride over there and back, which isn't bad, but I think I might run out of batteries soon if I don't get to a generator in time. But luckily there's a generator right there, so we don't have to worry about much. Now, if I sped over to this generator, the problem is I would have lost much more energy, right? I would have lost much more battery than I would just, you know, riding over there normally. Which I advise you to do. If you feel like you're low on battery and you really want to keep trotting further, you will still get further than it would be on fast speed. Because obviously if you're using fast motion, the battery is going to run out much sooner. It's going to drain the batteries. So keep that in mind when using vehicles. Now, speaking of terrorists in the game, they're not exactly perfect in a way. I'd say they're full of shit. These are terrorists. These are the hard ones, which basically means they're out for blood. They don't give a shit. They're going to kill you regardless. They do not care. Alright? So these ones use lethal rounds. Same for these guys over here. These mules use non-lethal rounds, which will make you unconscious and they will steal your loot. But the other mules, they don't care about that. They care about using lethality and about bodies. They just want bodies, alright? They want a body count, so that's bad. Non-lethal mules are very easy to deal with, I would say. You can use one of their machine guns, which are non-lethal rounds, and take them out. I might be thinking, wait, why can't I use lethal against them? That's unfair, you know? The problem is, if you use lethal rounds against mules, you will have to dump their bodies. You will have to cremate them, because the problem is, if you don't cremate their bodies after you destroy them and absolutely obliterate them off the face of planet Earth, unfortunately they will become BTs and they will infect your area much more and cause a storm, or so to say. It's like much more of a rain in that specific area, and it'll be much difficult for you to traverse through that area, which you think is okay for a short while, but it kind of sucks, you know. I don't think I've ever experienced leaving a body out. I've always cremated any body that I accidentally killed, either by accident or something like that, or out of pure spite because I was angry, right? So that's what happened. But the best way is non-lethal approach, which you can use your strand, which is your strand weapon that you can use. You can do like freaking parries and shit with it, and you can use your non-lethal rounds, which is freaking awesome. The thing is, some people leave these things on the road, which are basically used. When it says use and destroys, it's best to recycle them. Now you might be thinking, why am I picking up other people's things, you know? Couldn't they do it themselves? Anything you do in the Death Stranding community helps completely. Anything you do. So if you come past a structure and it's in bad condition, it's always best to repair it. If you feel like you want to upgrade it and you have the materials on you at that moment in time, then go ahead. I mean, please go ahead and do it. You're helping the Strand community connect closer together, so that's amazing. Now, if you want to do strand contracts you can actually do and help people who request things from you. So for example, if you do a strand contract with someone and you ask them to upgrade one of your facilities, that's one of the best ways to influence your strand link, which basically your link to the chiral network and your link to the game overall. So that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Now, as you saw there, what happened was it's detecting BTs nearby, which isn't bad. You don't have to worry about it if you're on a road, but if you want on a road, it's kind of a bit of a hassle. But yes, BTs are not that bad if you have a road and you already know what you're doing in the game. But just keep in mind, when you're in a BT infested zone, it's always best to make sure to stay slow, like read the tracks. If you see handprints on the floor, make sure to move away from it. And the best way and the best weapon you can get in the beginning is the Bula gun. The Bula gun is extremely amazing. You can wrap it around BTs and you don't have to worry about them for a short amount of time. obviously won't take care of them permanently, but you can use the booler gun so you can wrap it around them. The booler gun can also be used for enemies to wrap around them. If you shoot at their torso, they will just struggle on the floor and get back up within a certain amount of time. But if you shoot them in the head, it will strangle their, around their head, and then it will knock them unconscious, which is the better way of doing it. Because knocking a mule unconscious is actually much better. Coolest thing is you can actually meet these people, which are strand contractors, which are porters like you. These are porters just like Sam. So when you come across them, you can actually get off your bike and stuff, and you can say hi to them. You can give them a like, and then they give you a like back. Look at this. So you give them a bunch of likes, they give you a like back. That's cool. And you can wave at them, say hi, see, and then they'll just respond to you. And sometimes they want to give you something. For example, they give you a blood bag. So yes, I think... Oh, you wanted to give... I'm sorry, I didn't accept your booler gun, my bad. But anyways, have a good one, guys. Every time you connect to the game, you can see how many likes you get. Likes is a form of appreciation from other players and other porters, and from the game itself if you complete a mission or you do something for someone else. So that is one of the best ways of helping people, so to say. Nice. Ooh, that was close. So best way to go down without actually damaging a bit of your cargo is to find a slope which you can go down. If you drop all the way down, obviously that'll impact your cargo from a hard fall, and then you won't have a good, reliable cargo on your back, alright? It will be damaged, and then you can't deliver. You don't really want to necessarily deliver damaged goods, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a much better way of going down the mountain. Obviously, with safety, of course. Signs are actually indicators and also helps you during the journey. For example, if you pass a sign on a vehicle, if you pass a speed boost sign, you can go fast. If you pass a BB sign, Lou likes it. So that's freaking awesome, alright? Your BB likes the sign, which I think is freaking cool. So there actually is a point to place down signs in the game, even if you think it's useless. Other players will also see those signs, and then you can kind of interact with them in one way or another. So that's freaking awesome. There's multiple ways to interact with players in Death Stranding, and I feel like that's one of the coolest ways to interact with players as well. Now, there is one sign that I don't understand. The no pussing sign. I don't know what, I don't understand. Sometimes it's in the most completely random area, because in Death Stranding you can urinate, which is actually a good form of releasing yourself and also refilling your bottles so you can actually drink from it, which actually if you urinate, your urine turns into a form of energy drink. So surprisingly, that's not the case in real life, as much as that would be actually very helpful for people stranded in the mountain. But that's not the case. Running over mules isn't that bad. For example, this guy. You're running over him, that's alright. He'll just be unconscious. That's okay. Knocking them unconscious is perfectly fine, although I absolutely obliterated him. He's not dead. As long as he's not dead, you can carry on with your life and know that you haven't killed a mule. Now, tip about the end of the game. The end of the game stinks, okay? There is a near part at the end of the game where you have to traverse all the way from the bottom all the way over here, which is to Lake Knot City. My best advice to you, because there's going to be so much damn BTs and stuff, is to take a bike in advance. You will know when it's near the end part of the game, or save before you reach the end part of the game, and then where you have to deliver something. Yes, when you have to deliver something to the end and you have to cross the big ocean when you summon a BT, which is like a gigantic whale. So yes, when you get that mission, please get a vehicle of some kind. There might be a vehicle if you're lucky, but that's not always the case. So I advise like a bike or something that will help you, just go further. So let's see if we can find the shelter should be nearby somewhere. Is that the shelter? I see the shelter. Okay. Traversing with a bike on mountains isn't as bad as you think it is. When you see like a slope like this, for example, you can either hop or you can point your bike's wheels up, and then you can get a slight steady climb, which isn't exactly perfect, but it's better than nothing. It's definitely better than nothing. For example, like what I did now. You can go immediately over it if you know what you're doing, as long as you're not falling off on your ass, and then, you know, there we go. See, I got over the mountain pretty nice and easy. Bike is the best form of traversal, and then the zip line is the best form of traversal when going up mountains and stuff like that. So I advise you use zip lines up mountains and on flat lands, vehicles and stuff. But biking is also good for mounting, so no delivery. The veteran porter. Okay. It's a veteran, yeah, alright. Okay, that's cool. I've actually ended up discovering 3 places, right? And to give you also a tip on this video, you don't have to discover everything at once. Keep that in mind. Finishing the main game is very important before you actually get into discovering everything else. If you want 100% it before you complete the game, it's going to take a sweet ass long time, let me tell you, because premium deliveries are disgusting. Let me complete a premium delivery for you to show you what I mean. Now, whenever it shows the blood level, right, the milliliters, meaning that you're in a hostile area or you're in BT, you know, in a BT zone, which is actually very useful. Sometimes you don't know when you're entering a hostile area, which will probably be the mules, so it's always good to check that. The best thing you can do in this game is actually donate equipment and materials to other players as well. When you don't need your materials and things, you can donate it to people who really need it, which I do quite a lot of the time. I donated ceramics, I donated metals, and I donated resin, which is actually very useful. And special alloys. Special alloys actually used to upgrade a lot of the structures, so keep that in mind. I think one thing I do love about this game is how beautiful some of the scenery is. It's like, you might think it's just rocks, and it definitely is just rocks and grass and mountains and hills and chasms and canyons, and just something, the artistic vision of this game, especially the entire terrain, is amazing. There's one place in the east zone, which in the east area of America in this game, that is phenomenal. It's stunning. It's literally stunning when you first discover it. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but it's amazing. It's amazing. It's something that you would have to experience for yourself to actually admire. And all of these games that I feel like I'm enjoying right now is actually from Hideo Kajima. Hideo Kajima is one of the best video game directors and developers of all time. So yes, I completely agree with Hideo Kajima with everything that he does. So I've been trying to run MGS4, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, on the PS3 emulator, but I've been having a hard time trying to get that. I have the game, right? I do have the game. I got the disc, and then I dumped it, and then I put it in the PS3 emulator. But it's not really working out for me. So I hope that I can actually play Guns of the Patriots soon, so I can actually experience what it is. And if I find something interesting, I'll definitely record myself playing Guns of the Patriots. But I like to actually play Metal Gear Solid by myself, because I want to play all the Metal Gear Solids before Metal Gear Solid Delta comes out, which is actually a remaster of MGS3. I actually want to give myself a challenge. I want to climb up the mountain over here. So climbing up mountains isn't that hard, I would say. Having the stamina is extremely important. But climbing up a mountain is a bit risky. For example, the carrier behind you can sometimes latch off, which kind of sucks. And then, you know, you have to climb back down to get it. And climbing down isn't exactly the best way. Isn't exactly easy. It's doable. As you can see there, you can just fall off instantly and crack the shit out of your bones. You can destroy yourself, okay? Hideo Kojima doesn't give a shit about your well-being, okay? If you crack the shit out of your bones and you die, that's on you, okay? You just absolutely boned yourself, alright? There is no climbing, climbing axes or something like that, for example, like in Tomb Raider. Alright, ain't having none of that. I didn't change my footwear because I wanted to demonstrate to you what it's like to not have the proper footwear. Okay, alright. That is risky. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm extremely lucky. Usually I fall on my ass and I freaking explode and I you know, I literally game in myself, but not this time apparently. Yeah, there was a much better way to tackle that area, but I'm sure there was possible grips there that I could have climbed on. But yeah, but right now at the moment my footwear kind of sucks and whatever, so yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, I beat this on PS4 and on PC. I think on PC I beat it 2 times. On PS4 I beat it once. So yeah, I mean, the reason why on PC I beat it twice is because I played on Epic Games. Right, I played Death Stranding on Epic Games, right, on PC, and then I bought it on Steam because obviously Steam is the superior platform. I'm sorry for you Epic Game fanboys. As you can see, his foot is basically bloody. It's just nasty. Okay, it's freaking nasty. What? Yeah, I know. What's going on? Oh. What's going on over there? That's freaking ridiculous. Who made that ladder? I don't know where they were trying to climb, but listen, my friend, you're not climbing to heaven anytime soon with that ladder, okay? Calm down. Oh, it's definitely, no, it's not me. It's I am ugly. I am ugly. Oh, you don't deserve that, man. You don't deserve that game attack. I'm gonna slap a bunch of likes on you because clearly... Sam, stop catching your breath. I was giving likes to this guy. What's wrong with you? No. Sam, you piece of shit. I know you need to rest. I'm sorry, Sammy boy. But I needed to give likes to I am ugly, okay? Goodness. The guy's low self-esteem. We gotta keep him up. Oh, my word, Sam, man. Kick your sorry ass, Sam. Get up the freaking rock. There we go. I placed these zip lines on purpose, alright? You can actually use zip lines in anywhere on the map, but I just placed it here because mountain ranges are much useful for zip lines. And because we didn't have a time limit, I think we should be Legend of Legends. You can see a Legend of Legends on every single person's profile. For example, if they did 23 premium delivery, which is Legend of Legends. Oh, Sam, stop hitting the gritty. And deliver requested cargo. We should be fine.
Pleasure as always, Sam.
Ooh.
The cargo appears to be in good condition. You must have been careful.
Oh, of course I was very careful. Legend of Legends. There we go. And 4 stars, look at that. And freaking sunglasses. Oh, come on, man. Can they give me level 3 floating carrier? I think I need a... You have now permission to rest. Oh, the master deliverer.
Take care, Sam.
Thank you very much. Okay, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. I'm hoping to get over 1,000 subscribers within the 2 months. I think that's going to be freaking awesome. If I get over 1,000 subscribers, that would be freaking cool. See you in the next one. Ooh, that's cute. Hey Sam, what are you doing? Hey,